שפתותייך שושנים נוטפות מרבה. I need to figure this out for a second, because I can play this, and I can sing it. I'm playing it and singing it at the same time. שפתותייך שושנים נוטפות מרבה. עינייך כמו יונים בוערות זהבה. I will see you, Bob. You're not all by myself. I do not know how to not be all by myself in my life anymore. It is hard. עינייך כמו יונים בוערות זהבה. מתברך לי ערבה, מתברך לי ערבה. לשיר שירים ונוגנים, הוגים עוז ותצומות.
Look at that!
Oh.
Are we going to want to have...
Yikes. It's the nicest bathroom in the building.
Hi, I'm Ari's mom, Rabbi Ariel's mom. Shabbat Shalom.
Let's just go over Yonati for a moment.
I'll find it.
That's funny because I don't actually have any page numbers written here, so I'll just be calling from the book as that's great. No worries.
Okay, cool.
Just give me a second. And then... Yonati zivifatech damalich silvachimot.
Zivifatech damalich silvachimot.
Yonati zivifatech damalich silvachimot.
Yonati zivifatech damalich.
You're actually one beat early. You're actually one beat early in the entrance.
I am?
Yeah. Damalich silvachimot Yonati. Here, do you want to try? You lead it off. I'll do the responsing.
Yonati zivifatech damalich silvachimot.
Yonati zivifatech damalich silvachimot.
Ashir shir al alamot.
Vani le'avatech ashir shir al alamot.
Let me try it the other way around now so
Sure.
I can see if I can get that.
Great. Yonati zivifatech damalich silvachimot.
Yonati zivifatech damalich silvachimot.
Vani le'avatech ashir shir al alamot.
Vani le'ahavtech ashir shir al alamot.
Navami kol alamot, navami kol alamot.
Navami kol alamot. Navami kol alamot.
Nadetu litshukatech me'afaf tenumot.
Nadidu lishukotech me'afaf tenumot.
Navami kol alamot, navami kol alamot.
Navami kol alamot. Navami kol alamot.
Navami kol alamot, navami kol alamot.
Navami kol alamot. Navami kol alamot.
In these moments before, as people are coming in, or before people are coming in, I just want to invite us. Yeah, we can take off our masks. To take a moment, we're filling up this sacred container with oxygen or carbon dioxide. We're receiving oxygen. Science. But let's just feel that feeling of returning, of receiving oxygen that's been waiting for us. How about that? And of offering it back in song and in prayer. So I'm going to invite us to take a moment in this space to just offer a single word of intention as we move into Shabbat. Esther, we'll go to you. Wow.
Alignment.
Anyone wants to say a word of intention? Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Yonati
לאהבתך תמליך סיל וחימות
ואני לאהבתך אשיר שיר על עולמות
ואני לאהבתך אשיר שיר על עולמות
נאווה מכל עולמות נאווה מכל עולמות
נאווה מכל עולמות נאווה מכל עולמות
נדדו לתשוקתך מעפעפי תנומות
נדדו לשוקותך מעפעפי תנומות
נאווה מכל עולמות נאווה מכל עולמות
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 שפתותייך שושנים נוטפות מורבה
שפתותייך שושנים נוטפות באהבה
עינייך כמו יונים בוערות אש להבה
עינייך כמו יונים בוערות להבה
מתברך לי ערבה מתברך לי ערבה
מתברך לי ערבה מתברך לי ערבה
משיר שרים ונוגנים הוגים עוז ותעצומות
משיר שירים ונוגנים הוגים עוז ותעצומות
נאווה מכל עולמות נאווה מכל עולמות
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 ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. Blessed are you, creator of all, for giving us reasons to learn again and again and again, for teaching us new things again and again, for bringing us to this moment. Thank God. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. I'm going to invite those of us who are in the space to take a moment and wave to everyone who's at home. I'm going to invite everyone, wherever you are, to take a moment and greet each other, waving, smiling. I'm going to be learning a lot about time lapse. Thank you so much to Leslie Adler, who is closed captioning. So grateful for that. So hello, everyone. Welcome to Shir Tikva. I'm Rabbi Ariel, and I'm so glad to welcome you to the Shir Tikva Sanctuary. Yay! Yay! Weird! Wonderful! So I have brown hair, and I'm wearing a headband and glasses, and have olive skin, and I'm wearing a white shirt. I'm used to introducing myself from the waist up. And I have legs. And I'm here standing in Shir Tikva's sweet sanctuary. I am joined tonight by MJ Gilbert, by my mom Eileen Safian, And we are so lucky to be receiving Torah from Sarah Greenfield, who will be offering a kavanah in honor of reproductive justice. Yesher koach. And we are joined also by the one, the only Nora Snyder, who is celebrating her bar mitzvah this weekend. Welcome to you, Nora, and to your family, to your entourage. So I want to invite you, please, to introduce yourselves in the chat, to share your name, your pronouns if you wish, where you are in the world. If you're here for the first time or returning to us after a while, please let us know in the chat so we can welcome you. Whether you're at home or at work, on the couch, at a table, in bed, on a walk, in the sanctuary, here on 50th, you are welcome. A few words of orientation to our prayer space. We are in the process of deepening our multimodal minyan. Wow. Tonight we have opened our physical sanctuary, and we thank our amazing Makom minyan, a group of leaders who have brought their full hearts and brilliant capacity to helping us hold our Zoom sanctuary and physical sanctuary open at the same time. Welcome to each of you who is joining us on Zoom, and welcome to you who are joining us on the YouTube live stream, our very first live stream service. Wow. Let's take a moment again with that to be in love to each other, to welcome each other into all of our spaces. So I am grateful to Leslie Adler, who is captioning tonight, who is helping to provide more accurate captioning on Zoom in both Hebrew and English. And I'm going to invite you, please, to get in touch if you want to join in the captioning effort. So let's take a breath. That was a lot. I am glad to invite Nora and your family to join us up here to bless Shabbat candles and to help our family, our community, enter Shabbat. Come on up. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kirshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק נר של Shabbat. Mazal tov, and welcome to this weekend of celebration. Welcome to you, to your beloveds. Good Shabbos. So, with our candles blazing bright, let us welcome Shabbat. Invite you, please, to turn to number 3 in our online Siddur, Lechuna Ranana, and I'm going to call pages from this Siddur as well.
12?
Do you remember?
I seem to remember it's 12.
MJ remembers the pages. It's page 12 in our Siddur.
Lechu neranena Ladonai Nariya Letzu Yishenu Nekadma Fana Izmir
Let us open ourselves to the new song that's already being sung. All we have to do is receive it. Psalm 96, number 4 in our Siddur, number 13, page 13. Shiru l'Adonai, shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai, kol haaretz, shiru l'Adonai, barechu shemo, baseru miyom leyom, Yeshuato, shiru l'Adonai, shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai, kol haaretz, shiru l'Adonai, barechu shemo, baseru miyom leyom, Yeshuato, la 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 la, la 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 la, ya la, ay la 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 la, ay la 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 la, ay la 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 la, ya. La 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 la, offer these words by Wendell Berry. Call and response, so you don't need to look at anything, just listen to MJ.
And when I rise, let me rise like a bird, joyfully. And when I fall, let me fall, like a leaf, gracefully. And without regret. And when I stand, let me stand, like a tree, strong and tall. And when I lie, let me lie, like a peacefully, calm and still. And when I work, let me work, like a bee, wholeheartedly. And when I play, let me play, like a breeze, fresh and cool, light and clear. And when I rise, let me rise, like a bird, joyfully. And when I fall, let me fall, like a leaf, gracefully, and without regret.
Let's take a moment and breathe. The whole project of Kabbalat Shabbat is to come to a place of being able to receive Shabbat, to be able to receive rest, to receive sanctuary. So let's just take a moment and breathe. And feel, are there places that are tight? Are there places in us that are resisting the idea of rest? And dedicate our prayer with Ana Bechoach to the loosening of that resistance, to the easing of what is stuck. Ana Bechoach is number 6 in our virtual Siddur.
Anna bechoach gedulat yemincha, tatir zerura, kabel rinat amcha, sagvenu tareinu nora. Anna bechoach gedulat yemincha, tatir
tatir tzerurai, tatir tzerurai, kabel rinat amcha, sagveinu dareinu, norai.
Until I saw the earth in motion, the wind of steady change, in the end, rolling ocean. I believed in solid ground, till I saw
I don't know about you, but I cannot remember the last time that the journey through the week after Shabbat didn't feel like crawling over broken glass. Whether it is the petty dramas of my broken heart, the worries of being a child or of being a parent, the painful reckonings we are facing as a community, the ways 2 years of isolation has made me smaller, the fear of hatred, the fear of fascism, the fear of war, the fear that I could never possibly be enough. It sometimes seems like each week finds a new way to try and break me. I do not think I am alone in this. But you know who had a harder week than I did? A harder week than I dearly hope any of you had? Aaron, Moses' brother. In this week's Parsha, Aaron and his 2 sons enter the newly completed Ohel Moed, the great tent of meeting with which we carry the divine presence through the desert. There, for the first time, they offer sacrifice in an act that both echoes and is intended to heal the wound created by the golden calf. as this series of meticulously and kind of gruesomely described offerings reaches its climax. Aaron's sons make an offering that the Torah refers to as Esh Zarah, or strange fire, or alien fire. And in response, they are immolated by God in front of their father's eyes. Moses then speaks to Aaron in the face of this horror. He first says something which, if I understand what Rashi is trying to tell me, is up there with just about the most misguided attempts at comfort one could possibly offer to a parent who has just seen his children murdered before his eyes. Aaron, perhaps to his credit, responds with silence. Moses goes on, though, and I think redeems himself with the Torah that I think I need as we enter Shabbat. He tells Aaron and his surviving children not to rend their clothing, to not mark themselves as mourners, and tells them that the entire community will grieve on their behalf. Now, the reason Moses gives is that Aaron is in that moment in a place of spiritual leadership and thus has to hold it together. We could dive into what there is to wrestle with here about the relationship between our community and our spiritual leaders, but that is perhaps for another day and is not the Torah that pulls me tonight. What pulls me is the idea that when we are in the tent, when we are in the Mishkan, we stand together, we hold one another's grief together, and hopefully our joy, our rage, our excitement, our frustration, all the tangled emotions we lay at Shabbat's feet to restore ourselves for another week to come. And then Moses pleads with Aaron to stay in the tent, just to stay. When the voices in his head must have been screaming for him to run, to get as far away as possible, to leave all this behind, to be alone in his horror and his mourning. These two things. In this tent we stand together, and please don't run away from us. The next time Shabbat rolls around at the end of the week to come, we will be coming together in a new way, with some of us in this room and some of us at home. We will be building a new Ohel Moed, a new Mishkan. And as I think about what awaits me after 2 years in remote connection, again, I don't know about you, but I feel some trepidation along with the anticipation. I am different than I was 2 years ago. Do I still know how to be with you outside of the little rectangles that have confined us and protected us for so long? Can we re-find our place in the song? Or make a new song even more harmonious than the one we ache with nostalgia for? Will we find the intimacy and accessibility and connection that have been a gift these past 2 years? What if we find that 2 long years of multiple sorrows have set us adrift from one another? I think, I hope, that the words Shabbat will whisper in my ear in a few minutes will be words of trust. That the new Mishkan we are building together, to which, like we did the one in the desert, bring all our gifts and all our talents, will be like the Mishkan that brought Aaron a glimmer of comfort in that terrible moment. A Mishkan in which we can see one another, hold one another, grieve and celebrate with one another, and in so doing we will carry the divine presence with us into the future we are dreaming. We will make an offering that, while it might be strange, we are still Shir Tikva after all, will bring creation, not destruction. Whatever you are holding as we come to Shabbat, if you are holding horror or hope, longing or exhaustion, aching loneliness,
or aching joy. We hold it with you and for you. I ask you to remember those two simple admonitions as I seek to remind myself. In this tent we're building, we stand together, and all we have to do is stay in it. Shabbat is right here with us.
As we absorb that beautiful Torah, Yesher Koach, I'm going to invite us to get ready for Lechad Odi. It's number 7 in the digital Siddur, and number 20, page 20 in our Siddurim. And when we arrive at the 9th verse, I'm going to invite everyone to throw open doors and windows, and that means for humans assembled on 50th, we have a sacred duty that has not been discharged for a very long time, which is that we have the sacred duty to throw open the doors on 50th Street to let Shabbat re-enter this sanctuary. So let us, folks at home, folks at work, folks on a walk, folks on 50th Street, let us get ready to welcome Shabbat.
שמור וזכור בדיבורך כי שמיענו אל המיוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשם ותפארת ולצילה הולך Shabbat לכו ונלכה כי מקום הברכה רב לך שבט נסוכה תעשה במחשבה תחילה הולך מקדש מלך עיר מלוכה קומי צאי מתוך ההפכה רב לך שבט בעמק הבכה והוא יחמול עלי יתן לך הולך התנערי מעפר קומי, לבשי בגדי תפארתך עמי, על יד בן ישי בית הלכני, קור באל נפשי גאלה, הולך דודי לקראת עלה, בני שבת נקבלה, הולך דודי לקראת עלה, בני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, אורי אורי, שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלי נקרא, הולך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה, הולך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה, בני שבת דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה, לא תבושי ולא תקמי, מה תשתוכחי ותמי, תכעסו אני דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה, והיו למשיסה שוזייך, ורחקו כל מבנייך, יסיס עלייך אלוהייך, כמסוס חתנה כלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה, ימין ושמאל תפרוסי את אדוני גביסי, על ידי בין פרסי נתוס נגילה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום, עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגור chala, boi chala, lecha dodi likakala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi likakala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Hey, Allah, hey, ay, 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 la, 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 ay, la, 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 ay, la, 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 ay, 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 la, 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 Chadodi likrakala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela, lechadodi likrakala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Here we are. So here's the story. We're going to take the next 4 minutes in breakout rooms. 4 minutes. We will be singing in the sanctuary. I'm going to invite you to enjoy time in the breakout rooms, to greet each other, check in on each other, and we will see each other back in 4 minutes. Fare thee well. Ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la ya la 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 yo, ay 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 Please rise in body and spirit for Baruch Hu. Ya la 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 ya la 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 yo. Ay ya la 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 lo. Barechu Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Ya la 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 ay 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 ay. Let's take this moment and allow ourselves to feel woven through with the connections, those tethers of community that connect each of us to each other, that bind us up like a single organism. And let's just feel the strength of those bonds between us as we say aloud the Shema, number 9 or page 34. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. You may be seated. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם המזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם, amen. We continue with Micha Mocha, number 11, page 40.
כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדע בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים לפני משה ומרים, אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל.
So I'm so glad to invite Sarah Greenfield to offer a kavanah before Hashkivenu, before our prayer for peace. Sarah's kavanah is in belated recognition of Repro Shabbat, a Shabbat near the anniversary of Roe v. Wade, which is dedicated to reproductive justice. And in her kavanah, she will discuss reproductive health care explicitly. And Sarah asks that if this is something that is not comfortable for you or for someone in your family for any reason, that you can turn down the volume, and you're invited to take a break for a couple of minutes and then rejoin us for our prayer for peace. Thank you, Sarah, for bringing your Torah to us this Shabbat.
Does sound okay? Like that? Okay. Hello. For Repro Shabbat, the National Council of Jewish Women offers a discussion guide on the Torah of reproductive freedom. These are texts that directly or indirectly suggest that abortion is allowable under Jewish law. For example, Exodus suggests that if you push a pregnant person, the punishment for accidentally causing a miscarriage is much less than the punishment if the push accidentally causes the pregnant person's death. There are many more, each as interesting and complicated as that one. I first heard some of these concepts 6 years ago, when my husband and I sought and received comfort and counsel from Rabbi Latz after learning that I was pregnant with a child who would be seriously ill if I carried the pregnancy to term. Now, I'm not the kind of person that would abide by being told that my religion sees abortion as a sin. When I ended a pregnancy long ago at the age of 20, I didn't question what Judaism or any religion thought of me, and I personally wish religion had less of a role in politics, in the politics of abortion. So when I sought counsel with my husband, and as I prepared to speak tonight, I wondered, is it hypocritical of me to give weight to these texts? On reflection, I realized that what has been most comforting for me in learning about the nuanced way in which Judaism values pregnancy and prioritizes the pregnant person is not some sense that my healthcare decisions now have official approval, although that would certainly be a valid way to feel. For me, it is the sense of continuity, that these are questions and circumstances that people who get pregnant and their families and communities have always lived with, that there is room here in our texts, in our religion, for discernment and interpretation, for circumstance and ethics, that there is room here in this religion, in this spiritual community, for me. And I hope also for you, whatever your story. I dedicate this Kavanah to protection and healing for the providers, the fighters, those who suffer inadequate reproductive care and treatment due to their race, ethnicity, ability, income, gender presentation, or anything else, and those who lack abortion access and support here in Texas and anywhere.
Let us daven those strong words and spread a canopy of peace and a canopy of justice. Ufros aleinu sukat, sukat, shelomecha, ufros aleinu sukat, sukat, shelomecha, spread over us, spread it wide, spread it over us, a canopy of peace, spread over us, over all of us, spread it wide, a shelter of peace. Ufros aleinu sukat, sukat, shelomecha. We continue singing the song of our relationship with Shabbat. Vishamru number 14, page 44.
Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat Lasot et ha-Shabbat lidorotam Be'erit olam Be'ni uvein b'nei Yisrael Oti le'olam Ki sheshet yamim Shabbat vayinafash. Shabbat, Shabbat vayinafash.
Sarah, I hope you can feel there is a torrent, like a geyser of love and appreciation and heart emojis and just like, whew. So I will copy, paste, and send it your way because, yeah. Hi, so we're going to take this time for personal prayer for the Amidah. I'm looking at you here, I'm looking at you here. But before we do so, or as we do so, we open the gates to our prayer through gratitude. And so I'm going to invite you, please, to share in the chat, to share aloud what you're feeling grateful for tonight. What is opening the closed doors with wonder and gratitude. So as we sing this opening line, this kavanah for our Amidah, I'm going to invite you, please, to share in the chat. Other things you're feeling grateful for? Adonai, Sefatai tiftach, Ufi yagid, Tehilatecha. Adonai, Sefatai tiftach, Ufi yagid, Tehilatecha. Adonai, Sefatai tiftach, Ufi yagid, Tehilatecha. Adonai, Sefatai tiftach, Ufi yagid, Tehilatecha.
עושה שלום במרומיו. הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום, עושה שלום במרומיו. הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו אמן. ואמרו אמן.
We take this time with our hearts open to pray for healing, pray for healing of body and spirit, heart and mind. I invite you please to share the names of the people you're praying for in the chat, to share names aloud so we can aim our prayers. Our Misha Berach is number 17 in your digital Siddur. When the world is sick, can't no one be well? Well, I dreamt we were all beautiful and strong. When the world is sick, can no one be well? Well, I dreamt we were all beautiful and strong. When the world is sick, can no one be well? Well, I dreamt we were all beautiful and strong. Elna Refana, Elna Refana, Elna Refana, Elna Refana, Elna Refana, Elna I invite you please to keep sharing names, to keep holding your loved ones close. May the gates of prayer stay wide open. So it's my great privilege to get to teach a little Torah tonight, which feels really special to be here. So Aaron sits in silence after the death of his sons, It's the first day of their priestly service. Aaron, Nadav, and Avihu have been sitting in contemplative vigil for a week. And after a week, on the 8th day, Yom Shmini, from which our Parsha gets its name, they get the go-ahead to start offering sacrifices. Nadav and Avihu offer their first sacrifice, and it goes terribly wrong, as they offer Eish Zara, a strange, destructive fire that provokes a sudden and violent response. The system they thought they understood, that they'd been trained in, becomes treacherous. Aaron and his remaining sons, Eliezer and Itamar, are left in the aftermath, frozen, disoriented, reckoning with the risk and the danger and the loss. Moshe doesn't seem to understand, and he confronts them, asking them why they haven't continued with the sacrificial order. Why haven't they eaten the offerings? Why have they let the offering be consumed rather than eat it? And Aaron responds strongly, justifying their stillness, their posture of mourning. How could they possibly proceed with the order of sacrifices when they've just experienced such profound loss? In the Great Derangement, Amitav Ghosh wrestles with literature's struggle to address climate change. He points to the desire born, he understands, of modernity for stability and constancy. It is this desire for stability that lets people build houses and nuclear plants in flood zones despite the risk. I recognize that desire for normalcy in Moshe's question. Why haven't you followed the correct order of sacrifices in the correct time? You've been given so much gorgeous and predictable structure. Why are you going against the flow? Moshe's question about why they didn't eat the sacrifice right after Nadav and Avihu are killed is Moshe trying to insist that every moment is the same, that no matter what happens, the actions of the priests should be consistent. In Aaron's response, he declares, we have our own agency to make sense of our world, to name what is needed. When in mourning, you don't do the same things as when in joy. And this understanding is reflected in Jewish mourning rituals, which invite mourners to sit still, to cease work, to cover mirrors and sit on the floor. Our mourning rituals disrupt the status quo, unmoor us from the regular flow of time and occupation. This slowness, this rupture, allows us the possibility of connecting with our grief, with our gratitude, with our sorrow, and with our truth. Just as at the end of a Shiva, the 7 days of acute grieving after death are ended by rising from the ground and walking around the block, our tradition wonders what is necessary to make approaching sacred service after the death of Nadav and Avihu possible. What is the sacred equivalent of rising, of entering back into the world after a period of mourning? When a system collapses, language is released from its moorings, writes Andri Snare Magnusson, Icelandic scholar, in his book On Time and Water. Words meant to encapsulate reality hang empty in the air, no longer applicable to anything. People suddenly find it difficult to hit upon the right phrasing, to articulate concepts that match their reality. When confronting loss of a beloved, loss of home, loss of structures of understanding, we can lose our grasp on our reality and our ability to speak about it. We can lose our sense of what's true. The Zohar, a Kabbalistic text from 13th century Spain, interprets the deaths of Nadav and Avihu as teaching about how we might undertake sacred service in the context of loss. It asks, where should a person who wants to serve the divine begin? Where do we start? And their answer is b'yirah, in the place of yirah, of fear and awe. Don't try to feel fear, says the Zohar. Rather find the place of Yirat Hashem, the place of fear or awe of the divine, and that's where you start. Then the Zohar does something surprising. Yirat Hashem kudshabrichu hachi ikre. Yirat Hashem, says the Zohar, is one of God's names. The fear of God is one of God's names. Rather than simply letting fear be an experience we live with, Zohar asks us to understand it as one of the ways we address the sacred. We approach the divine by being honest about our fear, by naming it. Through this honest, humble, aching reckoning, we might access a new name for the divine, and this name becomes the key that opens the way for sacred service. In order for Aaron to approach the Holy of Holies, he has to be honest with what he's living with. He has to be clear about where he's coming from. And Aaron, like so many of us, needs to move with fear. Aaron, like so many of us, is disoriented by system collapse, by grief. The Torah offered by the Zohar is that in order to approach the holy from a state of disorientation, we must claim language. We must tell the truth. We do not need to pretend that everything is fine. Aaron does not need to eat the sacrifices customarily reserved for the priests, and we do not need to pretend that these days are ordinary days. The God of the war zone has a different name than the God of the day-to-day. In order to name God, we must face what we're living through. We must understand the needs of our moment. Let us not pretend that each moment of our lives is the same. Let us pay attention to the specificity of this moment and what it's asking of us. The project of prayer, of living in relationship with God, is the act of honest naming. We need to be willing to live through the overwhelm of the moment, to open to the experience of the moment, and say, this too is a name of God. So let us dedicate our work in community, our learning, our prayer, our accompaniment, to staying connected to what's true, to staying sensitive to our moment, and to calling it by its name. And from that place, let us open to our community blessing. Let's draw closer to each other. Let's ground deeper in ourselves. And I'm going to offer the words of blessing of our tradition, and then invite you please to share your words of blessing for the community in the chat. So please cuddle together close, or hold yourself. Just open yourself to blessing. Malach hagoel oti, Malach hagoel oti mikol ra, yevarech et hane'arim v'yikarev shemi, Shem avotai v'shem avotai, Avraham ve'Yitzchak ve'yidgu larov, ve'yidgu larov bekerev haaretz. Yisimchem Elohim kesara kerivka kerachel uchelea kefraim uchimenashe. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Yair Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yisem lecha shalom. So I invite you please to share your blessings in the chat, that we might offer what we have and receive what we need. Yalalai, yalalai, yalalai. Yalalai, 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 yalalai. Ay, yalalai, yalalai. Ay, ay, yalalai, yalalai. Yalalai, yalalai, yalalai. Yalalai, 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 yalalai. Ay, yalalai, ay, yalalai. Ay, ay, yalalai, yalalai. Yalalai. find each other in the dark and in the light. May we all be honest about the situations we're in. May we know peace in this space. May we all feel the support of community. May we all experience unconditional love for each other. May we be tender with each other as we navigate the changes before us. May we hold multiple truths. May we have the patience to get through the struggle. May we face change with hope. May we be tender with ourselves as and when we come up short and miss the mark. May we all be surprised by acts of love and support. May we all know joy. May we drink enough water and stay hydrated. May we sing together in our ways. May we know the beauty of our own true nature. Kehi Ratson. Yalalai, yalalai, yalalai. Yalalai, yalalalai, yalalalai. Yalalalai, yalalai. Yalalai, yalalai, yo. Please keep offering these beautiful words of blessing. And we will begin to seal our service with V'hashevota, with Aleinu, number 19. I invite you to rise in body and spirit. Aleinu is page 282. V'hashevota el levavecha ki Adonai hu Elohim v'hashevota el levavecha ki Adonai hu Elohim v'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. We offer now Kaddish Yatom, Mourner's Kaddish. Our community is in Shloshim. You may be seated if you like. We're in the first 30 days since the deaths of Carrie Weiss, Faith's brother, Joyce Abel, former member of Shir Tikva, and Judy Fresco, Dylan's mom. And we observe the yahrzeits of Mike Alter, Linda's brother, and Clifford Bailey, David's father, and Alan Becker, Julie Jacobs' grandfather, Leo Brook, Eric's grandfather, Marianne Burrell, Lisa Mayer's mother, Zetta Feder, Wendy Henry's mother, Ollie Hork, Deb Hork Bailey's mother, Joseph Hyman, Tema Shankman's father-in-law, Scott Jacobson, Rondi Atkins' beloved friend, Edward William Levine, Howie's biological father, Morris Lefsetz, Wendy Morris's father, Eva Levy, Stephen Levy's grandmother, Robert Lewald, Joe Carroll, and Alfred's son, Nancy Lotka, Janet Dorfman's mother, Michael Matz, Andrea Rubenstein's nephew, Harry and Scheindel Mucha, Audrey Friedman's father and grandmother, Ruth Nass, Linda Tell's sister, Pearl Pergamont, Michael's mother, Irving Reiser, Susan Rosenthal's uncle, Esther Sheffer, Eric Brooks' grandmother, Claire Silberman, Andrew's mother, Leonard Stoller, Wendy Farrar's father, Harry Tannick, Sharon Coloser's father, Mary Westgate, Joanne Gordon's mother, Stuart White, Erica Sachs-White's brother. And I see you adding names in the chat. I invite you please to share stories in the chat, to share the names of those that you're remembering as we offer Kaddish Tom. I invite you please to rise in body and spirit. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabbah. Be'alma divrach yurtei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehe shmei Rabbah mevorach leolam ulalmei almaya. Yiparach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudsha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran v'alma v'imru amen. Yehe shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace and comfort to all those who mourn. Let us say together, Amen. You may be seated. I'm just going to take a moment to wave to everyone. Maybe we can wave to everyone. I'll wave to everyone. A few announcements. If you are on the Makom Minyan Zoom right now, please stay on after the service to learn how to support our virtual space. As we move towards returning to live captioning, we need volunteers. So if you're interested in joining the mighty group of volunteer captioners, please sign up. There will be a link in the chat. Lori and Robin will be in touch, and we're looking for regular captioners, backup captioners, occasional captioners, part-time captioners. Contact in the chat, please, for more information. There will also be a link in the chat for everything that's going on this weekend. First and foremost, in big, bold, bright letters, the Bar Mitzvah of Nora Snyder. Woohoo is right. Nora is a fierce teacher of Torah and chanter of Torah, and I think is going to do our community and your family very proud tomorrow. Can't wait to be with you. Join us online at 10:30. Cannot wait to lift you up. And there's also going to be a link in the chat for a meal train. We're asking that if you can provide a meal to a member who needs support, there is a link in our chat to sign up. Please do so. This is a great way to support community in this time. If there are other things going on, please feel free to put information in the chat. Congratulations to teachers and ESPs and Minneapolis Public School families on reaching a tentative but likely resolution to the strike. May folks go back in strength and joy this week to learning, and real yesher koach on this powerful time. Big breath all together, huh? This is a time of change for our community. So I'm just going to invite us to be really gentle. It's okay if things feel uncomfortable sometimes. It's okay if this is, as we make this transition, we keep learning in public. But thank you for doing this learning together. And thank you so much for being here tonight. It's so wonderful to be gathered near and far. So I'm going to invite the Snyder family up. I'll stop talking. I'm going to invite the Snyder family up to bless grape juice and challah. Challah. We'll start with the grape juice. Do you want to pick it up? you'll be the ceremonial holder of it. Okay, I'll keep this. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava u'vratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh bereshit ki hu yom techila lemikrae kodesh זכר ליציאת מצרים, כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת עם כל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת לחיים. You can take a sip. And I invite you to lift up your chalot at home so I can see your beautiful baked goods. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz v'te'avon. V'te'avon. Sarah, get on that. There are only a few people in the sanctuary who eat gluten. We're really... Oh, so Let's take a moment, everyone. Actually, if you feel like indulging, if you feel like coming over here really close so we can put our faces in the Zoom screen, let's all just wave to each other for a moment. There's a lag, I think. No one seemed to see us. We love you. Okay, we're going to close in song. Oh, now everyone's waving. So here we go. Let's close in song.
Hi, 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 yo. Ay, 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 yo. Ay, 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 yo. Ay, 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 ay.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to MJ. And thank you to Eileen. And thank you to Gordon. Unbelievable Gordon. And thank you to Sarah. And thank you to Snyder family. And thank you to Harry. And thank you to Sam. And thank you to Leslie. And thank you to each of you. And thank you to Raina. So much gratitude as we navigate this transition. Shabbat Shalom. Please stay on, if you're on Zoom, to learn more about Makom Minyan. Good Shabbos. Oh, Yasher Koach. Thank you. Oh.